I have ran out of words to describe this Kurumi figure right now. Hi and welcome back to the channel. I'm Steven. Today with some additional spicy drama for our figure news. Plus, it feels like almost every month or every 2 months we have new incidents, very unsavory ones involving anime figures, and this time around it is Prisma Wing, which is the premium PVC scale figure division of Prime 1 Studio, which is known for their very expensive 1x4 scale or 1x6 scale resin figures that goes 6 digits in Japanese yen, over 200k and up. Okay, so Prisma Wing, for the past 6 months or the past year, I have been criticizing them for overpricing their figures. For example, over here, a quick go through this Megurine Luka simple figure with a hexagonal base that reminds me of Pop Operate, 30,000 yen, and this thing is somehow sold out. I'm not sure why people pre-order stuff like this, but it is sold out on HLJ, pre-order sold out. And then followed by this White Queen from Date a Bullet, 70,000 yen. Yeah, available pre-order slots are full. Damn. And here, what else do we have? Once again, Kagamine Rain from the same PR Pro character series, 30,000 yen as well. Not worth it. And okay, we have Yuru Camp figures over here. This one for 42,000 yen is somewhat okay, right? Given you get 2 figures and a scooter over there. And lastly, yeah, this Madoka figure, almost 100,000 yen. Yeah. So as you can see, Prisma Wing has the tendency to overprice their figures by a huge margin. Their figures feel like they're at least 5 to 10,000 yen more expensive than they should. Like this Madoka figure over here, 60k, 70k maybe, not 95k, right? Okay, which brings us to the latest incident involving this Tokisaki Kurumi figure, which cost 50,000 yen for the DX version, while there is a standard version going for 30,000 yen, which once again isn't cheap either. So the quality control of this figure turns out to be absolute garbage. According to myfigurecollection.net, this figure was released on the 21st of February 2025, just a couple of weeks ago. Let me correct myself, I mean myethicalfigurecollection.net. Okay, and if we scroll down to the comments over here, there is a Twitter post over here, an X post which has been deleted. When I checked on it, seems people are genuinely unhappy with what they received, and then somebody has uploaded pictures on HPOI, which was stolen and re-uploaded on myethicalfigurecollection.net. Okay, so firstly, we have a bunch of pictures over here and we'll go through a few of them to see what is wrong with this figure. From what I have been told, Prisma Wing figures are kinda expensive because there is a special satin coating applied to their figures to make it feel nice to the touch and give it a slight shiny look, something like that. I'm not too sure what this special sauce is, but this figure looks dull to me if there is a satin coating on it. That's problem number 1. And while the sculpting looks fine on this figure, this is far from the best Kurumi figure I've seen. In fact, I think Eastream or Shibuya Scramble figure or even Alter did a far better job at a lower price point. Moving on to the next picture over here, the flame effect part looks amazing, I have to admit that. And some people have complained about her dress. The consistency in the paintwork is not really good. Well, in this one picture at least, the figure looks fine, at least on this side. And if we zoom in a little over here, yes. So the gap right up here is not very nice. Like, yeah, between the frilly parts and the red color region, the gap is a little bit unsightly, but nothing too bad. But it is about to get worse over here. So in this picture over here, what is up with this over-sharpened picture? This is over-sharpened. Well, not very... Alright, here we go. So you see the problem over here, where we have multiple smudge or spots all over the black color region over here. Definitely poor quality control. Sometimes they will spray painting a figure and then there are some additional splashes. They should have cleaned it up, they did not. So this is what happens over here. Splashes from a different source, right? Contamination. And then next picture up here. Do we have anything solid? To be honest, this is a relatively good sample of Kurumi figure. I've seen worse, and I'll show you guys in a second. This is considered a relatively good sample. We have paint bleeding right up here. Yep, this region here. Alright, a little bit of it, which should not happen to a 50,000 yen figure. Next picture right here, this is where things get pretty bad. Okay, so ugly gap again. This is pretty bad, right? This gap shouldn't be there. And we see a lot of paint bleeding along this stripe over here in the middle. I'm not sure if you can see based on these pictures, they are not very good quality. But we will have more soon. Okay, moving on to the next post over here. This is on my Facebook page. I shared it over there. Right here, from this guy called Mashiro World 3, Brahman Studio did a bullet Tokisaki Kurumi 1/7 scale completed figure. I'm kind of disappointed. This for 50,000 yen, there is this glue on my chest that won't come off. Oh wow. Bro. This is worse than anything Fats Company has ever done. And Fats Company isn't even that expensive to begin with compared to Prisma Wing's pricing, right? That is inexcusable, that giant crack over there, right? Or glue stain on the hair. Next picture here, wow. So, all this tiny flake-like stuff surrounding the figure over here. This could be a clear coating that was being done in bad weather. Like it is raining, the humidity levels in the air is really high, and then you go and spray paint or clear coat your figure, and then yeah, they kind of, when the material sets, when the clear coating sets, you get this weird effect. I think that is what happens over here, just my guess over here. And this looks terrible, right? We have additional paint, yeah, too much paint on the chest region, and this flake-like effect on the chest area, which the OP was complaining about. And here we see a terrible amount of paint bleeding. Yeah, this black color stripe over here. It is even worse over here, right? It is so obvious over here, paint bleeding. Next picture, a clearer look. Bro, 50,000 yen. 50,000 yen, you're getting this, right? Oh, wow. So the comments I got in my Facebook post, it looks like a bootleg. I agree. This is bootleg level QC. You know, I received a really bad figure from Amakuni many years ago, Abigail Williams from FGO, but that figure was highly praised by others, so I consider myself getting the gacha, like a lemon copy, one of the bad copies out there, one out of a few thousand maybe. So we could, you know, we could push this aside and say that this is just the OP getting very unlucky. Dude scored a gacha and he received the worst copy of this figure among thousands of them. If it was only one single incident, then maybe that is the case. There is a possibility. The problem is that we do have a second incident over here from Kemken Sien. Prisma Wing did a bullet Tokisaki Kurumi standard edition. Dude bought the standard one. Once again, I opened it and thought it was necessary to share some information. How do you accept this quality? For the price of the regular version, I would be satisfied if I could appreciate the quality of the modeling and not look too closely at the paint job. I think at this price point of 30,000 yen, you should care about the paint. You're setting your expectations too low, bro. Okay, so this is the standard version. My next picture over here, the photo is kind of blurry as well. Paint bleeding right here. Either there is paint bleeding or there is a gap over there. The picture is not very clear. Next picture. It feels unrefined. This is not into paint bleeding territory yet, but it doesn't feel very refined. Come on. Here, oh wow. Even though the picture quality over here isn't great, you can even see how bad the paint bleeding, once again along the black color effect parts over here. What do you call this? Right? Paint bleeding all over, across. It is like they use a brush and just brush it across, they don't care anymore. And next picture. Oh wow, this is a major disaster. See, this black color piece, it feels like every Kurumi figure, every picture I mean, has the same problem. And this hair strand over here, yeah, not very nice at all. I have ran out of words to describe this Kurumi figure right now. I received very interesting comments on my Bear Panda Bara figure, which some of them I do agree on how the tail being made of this fabric fluffy material. Some of you did not like it because it lacks definition, it lacks proper shape, which I do agree, but that is how they kept the cost down, right? However, I have also seen comments like, why would I buy cheap trash like that? It is a waste of space. That limited amount of space, I would reserve it for higher end, high quality figures that cost way more. There you go, 50,000 yen. Personally, I wouldn't judge how good a figure is based on the asking price. In general, more expensive is often better. Often better, not always better, right? So this is a perfect example of how being more expensive does not guarantee the figure being better. What else do we have over here? Those are flaky effect, I think. How did this pass quality control, man? I just don't get it. Yeah, paint bleeding over here as well, in addition to the dress I showed you guys earlier. And, oh, the gold paint is being rubbed off. Paint scratches. Come on, Animaster can do better than this at 10,000 yen or less. Wow. Okay, finally we have a clearer look on her chest over here. Yes, this is pretty bad, man. This is like a whole millimeter or 2 millimeters of paint bleeding along the edges over here. Damn. It is like they don't care anymore, no? Look at this part over here. Maybe it is part of the design of the outfit, I'm not sure. Here we have it as well. But I think you guys can agree, right? This doesn't look like a 50,000 yen or 30,000 yen figure, depending on which one you go for. So this is from a second user over here. Do you think this is acceptable? I think if I asked 100 of you or 1,000 of you watching this, all of you would agree with me that this is unacceptable for 50,000 yen figure, right? There is no excuses for it. Are there anything else that you guys would like to add in the comments below? I would love to hear your thoughts on this, but this is atrocious. Even if this was half the price at like 25,000 yen, that level of QC was simply unacceptable. Because yeah, the 10,000 yen Chinese brand figures are not like that. And yeah, we had people looking down on that Bara figure I just reviewed last week because it is cheap trash. Well, having seen 2 Twitter posts and also 1 upload on myfigurecollection.net, I think this isn't something that is restricted to 1 single figure or 2 of them. I think the frequency of the QC issue involving this figure is a lot more widespread than we think. Initially, I was trying to write things off as a single unlucky incident because I experienced it before myself with a different brand. But now that I see 3 different users having similar issues but at different degrees of severity, yeah, it is only early March, but we already have a candidate for one of the worst figures of the year. So I would love to hear your thoughts on this figure or the brand Prisma Wing itself. Yeah, please comment, right? And if you found this video informative in any way, please give this video a like, subscribe to this channel, join our Discord server as well. And thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Goodbye.